What's going on there, guys? My name is Matt, or Chewy as most of you will know me as, and today I am going to be bringing you an updated settings video for P3D. I am currently using Prepared version 3.4, and there's been a lot of questions in my Twitch chat recently about what my settings are and whether they've changed from my last settings video, and indeed they have. So today I'm going to be running you through my prepared settings themselves, and then we're also going to take a look at my PTA tool settings as well, because there's been a lot of people once again asking what I'm using, if I'm using PTA in the first place, and what settings I currently have it on. So it's going to be a quick video just showing you everything. I'll just go through all of the options that I have. So to start off, we go into the graphics page. In the display options, I've got my GTX 970 currently waiting on the 1080 to get here, and then I will be popping that one in, and I have a resolution of 1920 x 1080 x 32. This is a big section which a lot of people wonder about, the image and texture quality. I have FXAA off currently, MSAA on 2 samples, texture filtering on anisotropic ×2, and then the text resolution on high, so 2048 x 2048. I may experiment around with those at some point in the future, but for the second, when I am streaming, these settings seems to be fine. I don't have VSync on, and I don't have a target frame rate. I have it completely unlimited down there. Scenery wise, on terrain, we have the level of detail radius as ultra, tessellation factor as high, mesh resolution even as 10 meters, and texture resolution at 30 centimeters. And we do have the land detail textures ticked. Scenery object is all on very dense there for scenery complexity, autogen vegetation density, and autogen building density. And on the water and bathymetry, I think that's pronounced. I'm really not going with pronunciation today, but I simply just have the water detail onto high, and the reflections of the clouds and the user vehicle as well. I don't have anything else bothered to go for the reflections there, otherwise it can really take up some more power that you don't really need, and it won't make too much of a difference. Special effects we have on medium for the detail level, and then the distance is low as well, just to save on that bit of extra power, I guess. Lighting wise, another very often question that I find in the chat is my HDR setting. So currently I have the brightness on 0.95, the bloom on 0.8, and then the saturation on 1.20. I do have landing lights illuminate on the ground and lens flare, but we don't have any dynamic reflections. Shadow quality is on high with enable terrain to receive shadows on high as well. Activated as well. And the terrain shadow cast distance is 10,000 meters. Cloud shadow cast distance is 30,000 meters. And the object shadow cast distance is on 3,000 meters. And you can see the types of objects that I've got which are casting and receiving shadows there. In terms of weather, I've got the cloud draw distance at 90 miles, and we've got the cloud coverage density at maximum. If you guys are using Active Sky 16 and you want to have the full overcast effect, this is what you need to have enabled. You need to have it up to maximum. We've obviously got volumetric fog and detailed cloud set, but without any thermal visualization, because it just looks weird. I don't know why anybody would do that. Traffic wise is absolutely nothing on anywhere pretty much right now. Sometimes I just have some road vehicles on, but to be honest, it really doesn't make too much of a difference to me. And so I've got all of that turned off, and that's pretty much it. I mean, like, I can go onto my settings page and the simulation page even and show you the general page, but there's really nothing crazy here to kind of show you guys. I've got all of the realism settings turned off, obviously, for VATSIM and everything, because that would just be really awkward, crashing into an aircraft or somebody spawning into me on VATSIM and then it just crashing the whole game. So that is my current P3D settings. And then in terms of PTA, the settings that I've pretty much copied are from the PTA tool website, where one of the developers, I believe, of the tool actually goes through his settings, and I basically just copied them because I like the way that they looked in his sim, and they look pretty cool in mine. So instead of like explaining every one of these, I'm just going to leave them on the page here for a second for you guys to go and have a look at. I will leave a link in the description for you guys to go and pick up the PTA tool and the Ultimate Realism Shader Pack version 0.9, which is what I've currently got this from, and then you can see that I've loaded in my own preset at the top here. So that's the clouds page. And then I'll move over to the lighting page here, where I've got everything selected and on different values there. On the terrain and fog page, we've got most things going. Effective power depends on seasons. I've actually got turned off at the minute, but I've not really explored too much with that to see what there is. But yeah, terrain and fog is quite a big part of the PTA tool. It definitely does look very, very awesome. Here are my water settings. I've not got the FSX like sun reflection on the water enabled just because I prefer the look with it off. But you can see all of the other settings there if you want to copy them. HDR and post-processing, I've got the turn off HDR luminance adaptation effect. Yeah, I'm not even going to look into that. You guys can click on the question marks if you want to have a look at anything. We've got the contrast tuning, which is active and is at the default factor of 0.5 there. And the only one that we've got on the post-processing is vibrance, actually. And I don't even know if that's selected right now. I need to have a look at that. But for the minute, it seems fine. I've got vibrance selected, but I've not actually ticked to use post-processing. FXAA, I do have FXAA tuned. And you can see the sharpness there is at 0.75. Contrast threshold is at 0.125. And edge threshold is at 0.0625. And that's pretty much it, guys. There's not really too much else that is there. You can see I've got my prepared settings set up, and that's pretty much it for my PTA tool and my prepared settings. Again, these may change in time. I may tune a few things, realize I've messed up a setting here and there, but for the minute, these seem to be making the sim look pretty darn awesome and are able for me to be used when I'm streaming well, and that's a huge part of it for me. You know, like I could, I'm sure, whack the settings up a little bit higher with my system, but because I stream most of the time when I fly, it does mean that I am somewhat limited, which is absolutely fine, but I seem to have found like a nice middle ground at the second with everything, and so that is cool with me. Also, just a little note on the side, guys, just because I have these settings and they do work for my system doesn't mean they will work for you. So you are more than welcome to have them as a guide and to, you know, pause the video and copy all of the settings that I've got here in PTA and in P3D as well. But I am by no means guaranteeing you that you will get the same performance. Maybe you'll get better performance than me. Maybe you'll get worse performance than me. There are so many factors that come into play when you are talking in terms of performance in the P3D simulator. All that being said, though, thank you very much for watching the video. Please leave a like, comment, and let me know what you thought, and subscribe to the channel as well. It's always very much appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon.